Hi everyone, this is Martin and welcome to this video. Thanks for tuning in. Now this video is called Support, Resistance, Risk. Now every time you're looking at your charts and you're approaching a near support or resistance area, guys, you have to pay a lot of attention to it and have a lot of caution. You could be falling into a trap and I'll explain why. Now, first of all, it helps to know what kind of trader you are. Are you a trend or reversal trader? It defines how and when you enter trades. Now, whether you're a trend or reversal trader, you need to see support and resistance areas in different ways. In trend trading, you look at these as areas of opportunity where price continues to move in the direction of the overall trend. In reversal trading, you look at these areas as areas of price blockages instead, where price often stops and reverses. But extreme caution is required. By the way, most traders do trade reversals. Now, why is this? It just gives us another reason why most traders fail. More on this later in the video. So where you are with price right now and understanding who you are as a trader is just as important as knowing if and when to enter a trade. Please watch the entire video, and as always, we'll review this past week's trading results. Okay, guys, this is me here. Again, my name is Martin, and I'm a proud Canadian trader. And if you want to receive the ABC free Forex signals, there's no cost, no obligation, no credit card or anything. Absolutely free. I'll give you trading signals, which are awesome, and it's going to help you make some money. And guys, this is my email address, so you got to contact me right here, mskyj007@gmail.com, guys, and I'll have more information on this later. Okay, so first of all, my humble disclaimer. I want you to look at this. Basically, my free signal service is an educational program. I'm not trying to give you any investment advice, so you can read this if you want, okay? And again, only risk a maximum 1% of your account balance. We are trading on live accounts, guys, so for the new traders, trade on demo account only, okay? So let's take a look at this past week. Trade results, guys, I think you'll be surprised here. So all the trades from last week, let's take a look. We had two trades held over from the previous week. So the very first one held over from September the 29th. It was a sell New Zealand Japanese yen trade. It was a loss, a small loss, guys, for approximately 29 pips, and it was a forced close. Okay, so basically, I'll explain what that means as we look at the charts. Okay, so the other trade that was held over from September 30th was a buy CAD Swiss franc, and it was a good win, guys, approximately 51 pips. But if you waited till the candle actually closed, you would have found an extra 4 pips just by waiting till the actual candle closed. So it would have been 55 pips in total. Now, on October the 4th, I sent out by email, and that's the only way you guys can receive my free signals. You've got to send me your email address, and I'll put you on my VIP list. So on October 4th, I sent out a signal, sell the Euro Audi, and this was a huge winner, guys, right here. It hit the second take profit level for a total of 106 pips. But as well, if you would have waited on let's say your second position, because we always open up every trade with two positions. Your first position would have been automatically closed at the first take profit level, but your second position would have stayed open, and you would have gotten 106 pips at least, plus an additional 27 pips, okay, by letting the candle close, so waiting for that candle to close. Now on October 5th, it was another win. I sent out a signal, buy Australian Swiss franc. It did hit the first take profit level, guys, for 27 pips. On October 6th, I sent out the last signal for this past week, telling you to sell the Euro Japanese yen. and you were stopped out, or we were all stopped out. Now remember, I take all the trades and this for the signals I send out. So I'm doing the exact same thing that you guys are doing, okay? But this was a loss for 108 pips, and we'll look at this loss and why the loss was so great, okay? So this past week, that means this week from October the 4th to the 8th, this recent past week, we won a total of 116 pips. No, I'm sorry. This past week was the previous week. I should have written down previous week. So we're carrying over 116 pips, guys, for this week right here. And that's for the week of October 4th to the 8th. Okay, and we won a total of 78 pips. So the running total for the previous week and this week, guys, when you add these both up, we've now in 2 weeks won approximately 194 pips, guys. And all your results are going to be different depending on your account balance, what you have, the money that you have for trading, and so on. So, but 194 pips in 2 weeks, that's pretty darn good. Okay, so let's take that off and let's continue with the very first chart, guys. That's the held over trade from September 29th to sell New Zealand Japanese yen. You can see that right here. Okay, let's take a look. Here's the entry, guys. Okay, and we entered the trade at 76.91. That was my trade entry right here at the close of that candle. You can see it's a good momentum candle, guys. Black with almost no upper and lower wicks. It should go down lower. It did a little bit, and for whatever reason, it reversed. So anyways, this was the entry right there, guys. When I send out the email to all of you who are on my VIP list, this is the information I send out. So you can see, send out the entry right here. And I give you the stop loss. Okay, here's the stop loss, 77.77. I give you the first and take profit levels when I send out the email. So nothing for you to do except follow my instructions. Okay, guys, you can see our entry. I posted at 76.91 right there. Okay, and let me just put the arrow there. So we entered the trade at the close of that candle, at the close of this big black bearish candle, okay? And then you can see the next day went down, down from our entry. The next day went down again right here. And then the next day, it closed up with this white candle, did not cross our DTL line, but I have in my analysis, I definitely thought that price would continue to go higher. So I sent out an email telling you to close this trade right there. And so the loss was limited to, I believe, only 29 pips. So that's pretty good, guys. Okay. So if you followed my advice, my instructions, you would have had just a very, very small loss. Okay. So, that is that. And again, when I do, give you a, sell entry, like you can see right here, 76.91, that was our entry. I give you the stop loss. Our stop loss is calculated at 1.5 of the ATR. So you've got to have the ATR indicator on your charts. And when you take a reading right here of the ATR, let's say, just as an example, the ATR was 100. So 1.5 is 150 pips. So that would be 150 pips above your entry. Okay, so that's how the stop loss works, guys. Okay, now let's continue to the next chart, and we're looking at the next one. It was also held over from September 30th. This was a good, huge winner, guys. Was the buy the CAD Swiss franc. Again, our entry is right there. Okay, let me just show you 0.7344. So entry at the close of this candle is a white candle again. Good momentum candle there. There is momentum down below. Okay, so giving us good indication that price would continue to go higher. You can see price is above this moving average. It is a 5 EMA, and this is a 21 EMA. So when price is above, Price is above both averages. There's good momentum and direction in the markets for it to continue to go higher. Okay, so let me take that off and let's see what happened. The next day was a resting candle with this small little body here, upper and lower wick, and I knew price was still going to go higher. Price did not close below the 5, so the next day it went higher again, guys, and with this candle it actually hit our first take profit level right there of 73.71. You can see that, okay, with that candle. And then the next day it actually went up even higher to our second take profit level, 73.96, guys, right there. So waiting for the candle to close would have given you some amazing number of pips, as I just mentioned a few slides ago. So this was a huge winner. It hit our second take profit level. And guys, also when price hits our first take profit level, we move our original stop loss to just above break even, okay, which is 0.7344, right? Okay, so there you go, guys. That was the buy CAD Swiss franc. Congrats to all of you who held on to this trade for this big, huge monster win, okay? And now we're going to get looking at our third trade. This was from the past week, October the 4th. I sent out an email. Here's the email right there to sell the Euro Audi, guys, okay? And let's take a look. First of all, here's the entry. 159.36, you can see that right there. Stop loss 160.93, you can see that there. Okay, there's the stop loss. Okay, and we entered our trade right at the close of that candle, guys, and then you can see it went down, down, and down further, and now it's finally reversed on the last trading day of this past week. But look at that, guys. We got in here, and price did hit our first take profit level right there at 158.66, okay, and then it hit our second take profit level of 158.28, right there. Again, waiting for this black candle to close right there would have given you the extra 20 odd pips, okay? So making this another huge winner. Again, congrats to all of you who took this trade alongside with me, okay? And okay, guys, this is the next signal. I sent this out to you on October the 5th. It was to buy Australian Swiss franc. And again, here, guys, this is after the close of this candle. You can see the entry I sent you 0.6764. So it was right there, okay, at the close of that white body candle. The next day went all the way down, but came and closed there. But I issued a very important email to you. And guys, when you're on my VIP list, not only do I give you the trade signals, but I also give you updates. And the update on this trade was keep the trade open. And guys, look what happened. The next day, price went all the way up from here. Price went all the way up, closed there, and in fact hit our first take profit. So 67.92. And right now, again, guys, this is a small resting candle, very small body, upper and lower shadows, and keep the trade open. I still believe price is going to continue higher. So we hit our first take profit level, guys. Now what you want to do is move your stop all the way up to just above your initial entry, which is called the break-even level. So move your stop from here to just above 0.6764, maybe 5, 6, 7 pips above there, okay? I still expect price to go higher, but if price has come down lower, your second position is going to be closed out. But you've already made money with your first position. It has been closed out, guys, and congrats for the win so far. And let's see if price can go higher, okay? So that is that. Let me just remove that. And finally, we get to our last trade signal of this past week. It was sent out on October the 6th, guys. And let's just take a look here. This was our entry, 128.68. Okay, right there. It was a sell at the close of this big black candle. Again, there is momentum there, okay? And price is, from here, it looked like the price would be coming down. So, in fact, it did reverse and go up, and this is where we get a big loss, guys. So, just want to show you that normally one of our rules is when price crosses and closes above this DTL line, this dominant trend line, which is the 21 EMA. Okay, it closed right here. Unfortunately, it was a huge reversal candle with a lot of pips, but we did close automatically. You want to close it now. It was just a little bit over 100 pips, and guys, unfortunately, that happens. Not all trades can be winners, but the important thing is close it now. To prevent price from even going up further in case it does. Okay. Now, most likely price on the during the weekend and Monday with this huge candle, price may come back down a bit and then probably go higher. But anyways, the idea is once price hits above the DTL, closes above the DTL line, you want to close the trade. Okay. So that takes care of the sell euro Japanese yen. Let's get on to the actual lesson for this week, and it's about support and resistance, right? Okay, so let's take a look. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions, guys. Let's see if we have the answers here, and pay attention. What do Forex gurus always tell you about trading into support and resistance, right? They always tell you don't do it, right? As price gets close to support, they say don't take a sell trade. If price gets close to resistance, don't take a buy trade, right? They say don't do it because they are reversal levels according to their analysis, okay? Now, next question. Why do these Forex gurus teach you that? Well, because they want you to trade reversals in the same way they do. See, they're reversal traders. That's the only thing they know. They base all their analysis on trade reversals, and they often use Fibonacci levels. They use pivot points. They use trend lines. They use all kinds of stuff on their charts to validate their reversal analysis, and that's what they do. So what's wrong with this methodology? Well, they're assuming that price will reverse. Now, often it doesn't, and this is the part of my lesson I want you to pay attention to. Just because you're close to support and resistance, it doesn't mean that price is going to reverse, but it does mean you need to have some caution, okay? These gurus, they don't or cannot recognize trending patterns, okay? So that really is what I want to tell you. Now, the online gurus will lead you right into a trap of immense risk. This is just another reason why most traders fail. Remember, 90% of traders fail, right? And online gurus, they want you to adopt their trading methodology of looking at support and resistance as areas of reversal trading, right? But they often do not see continuing trending patterns, right? Reversal trading is good for sideways markets or channels and things like that, but it's not good for trending patterns, okay? And that's what I want to tell you. Remember, we are trend traders trading in the general direction of the overall trend. The trend is your friend until it ends. Okay, just keep that in mind. The trend continues in its trend direction with momentum and currency strength. Every time price makes higher highs in an uptrend, price powers through resistance, right? Or when price makes lower lows in a downtrend, price powers through support, right? Okay, I want you to understand that. So let's say price is going up, okay, like that, and here is a resistance area. Price, instead of, and sometimes it will, instead of going down, it will just kind of go right through, right? But the reversal traders, the gurus online, want you to take a trade right there at the resistance in the hope that price will go down. But in this case, you can see price went up and you would have been caught in a trap. Okay, so it's the same on the downside, right? So this is really important to understand. On the downside, price is going like this. You hit a support area, right? And instead of price reversing like the gurus tell you, they want you to take a trade right there and hope that price goes up, right? Instead, price powers right through, continues going down because we are in a trending market. Okay, so that's the difference, guys, and that's the lesson I want to teach you. And we're going to look at a few charts to show you what that means. Okay, let me just take that off. Now, another thing I want you to understand is that reversal trading often works great in lower time frames because most online gurus are also teaching you and telling you to trade on the lower time frames, scalping or intraday. And so often, yes, when price does reach support or resistance, it does reverse in the short term, but then powers right through. And that's where a lot of traders are caught in the trap. So again, for all these reasons, remember, we trade on daily charts. And when we're trading daily and we're trend traders, we do see support and resistance in different ways. You have to understand that. You can't see support and resistance as reversal or blockage zones. Okay, so let's take a look at a chart. Okay, guys, this is the Euro Audi chart where, remember, this was a pretty good winner. It did hit our second profit level. Here's the area we got in at right there, guys. At the close of that candle, that was our entry, 159.36. And a lot of you took a look to your left because I know I got a lot of emails, and a lot of you were saying that, hey, this is too close to support. And remember, that's one of my validation confirmation rules, is that you have to have room to move. Now, not only do I look at what's on the left, and guys, on the daily chart, but the big mistake you make is that you also have to look at the weekly chart. So again, just to let you know, guys, and this is the biggest tip here, when we're trading on daily charts, we have to switch to the weekly charts to see where price is and if we have room to move. Let me do that. Okay. Okay, here's the weekly chart, guys, and you can see right there. So on the weekly, take a look at this level right here. Okay, let me use my highlighter. Okay, take a look right there at this level, guys. This is a support on the weekly as price is here. And so, yes, indeed, price did go down here to this support level. So this is super important to know that you have to switch your charts, not only and keep the charts on daily, but also switch to the right here. Here's the weekly support zone. You can see price did come down there. Okay, so that is what we are in, a trending pattern. You can see that price is coming down, okay, and then coming down further, and there's good momentum, guys. So that's what we have to look out for. Okay, on this chart, guys, we're looking at the buy Audi Swiss franc. Again, here is where we got in. Let me just mark that up for you at 0.6764, okay, of this past week. And you can see the next day price went down. Then the next day was a huge momentum candle, and it did hit our first take profit level, okay? So here is, let's take a look at immediate resistance, okay, and you can see, let me just take a look. You can see with all these high wicks over here, or high shadows, that you would think that this might be an area of resistance, but you can see with this candle, and here we did have some room to move higher, okay, but take a look at this area right here. This is the major resistance area. I want to switch to the weekly chart. Okay, you can take a look. Here's our entry, guys, and you can see right here on the weekly chart, it's very definite. I mean, you can't make a mistake about that. So here's the next level of resistance. This is the area that's most strong, not down here. And so that's why when we look at the daily, okay, you can see that I just drew that resistance zone right there. So I figured that price did have room to move from here. Okay, let me just mark that in. From here, higher to there. And I believe right now this is, again, I mentioned earlier in the video, this is a resting candle. I believe from here, price will still continue to go higher once more to at least our second take profit level. So keep this trade open. Okay, so that's that. And then we'll look at one more chart for resistance and support and resistance caution. Okay. Okay, guys, this third chart that we're going to look at for looking at support and resistance is the buy CAD Swiss franc trade, and you can see that our entry, let me just get the drawing tool, 0.7344 right here at the close of this white candle. Okay, so we got in there, and again, like immediate, if you take a look to your left, let me just do that. Okay, there we go. So immediately to the left, you can see a resistance area, okay, and I definitely thought that price would still go higher, even though we got in right there. There was still room to go higher, first of all, to this zone. So let's take a look. We still had approximately 35 or more pips, okay, but then switching to the weekly charts, take a look. Okay, you can see on the weekly chart, there's the entry right there, okay? There's the immediate resistance with this high shadow. I always look at the wicks above candles or below candles as areas of support and resistance as well. But take a look at this whole area. This is a major resistance area, guys. And from here, price not only went to here, but then now it's on its way to this area here. So again, this did reach the second take profit level. Let's take a look. Again, back to the daily chart, okay? And you can see it did hit the second take profit level, and it's gone a lot higher since then. So we did close our trade here, the second position, or here to if we waited to the end of this candle. And some of you, maybe very few, still waited one more day, and guess what? In this final day of this last week's trading, price went all the way here. So from here, I expect some sort of pullback and then possibly go higher, but we're out of this trade anyway. So there you go, guys. That is looking at the charts for support and resistance. So I hope all of you enjoyed this video. I hope hopefully you learned a little bit more about support and resistance. It's not what it always seems, okay? And understand we're trend traders, so we look at support and resistance in a slightly different way. Again, cheers from Canada, guys, okay? And if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell there, okay? And that gets all the videos in your inbox. Also, don't forget to click on the like, guys. I really appreciate when you do this because it gives me and encourages me to move forward and continue making these videos and teaching you. Okay, so also if you have any comments, please do so below the video. And finally, that is it, guys. Oh, I do want to mention one more thing. If you want my free entry cheat sheet, okay, you need to subscribe, and I'll put you on my VIP list, or send me an email telling me you want the scorecard cheat sheet. A lot of my members already have this. There's no payment for this. It's free. Again, you can email me at mskyj007@gmail.com, and again, here it is. If you want to receive all my free trade signals, you've got to send me your email address. Let me know who you are. Like, what's your first name and what country are you emailing from? Like, where do you live? I just curious, just want to know. Again here, mskyj007 at gmail.com. mskyj007 at gmail.com, and I'll get you on my VIP list, and you'll get the next free signal next week. So that is it, guys. Take care, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.